Did you know that parents rank financial literacy as the number one most difficult life skill to teach? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app for families. With Greenlight, you can send money to kids quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and keep an eye on your kids' spending with real-time notifications. Kids learn to earn, save, and spend wisely, and parents can rest easy knowing their kids are learning about money with guardrails in place. Try Greenlight risk-free today at greenlight.com/Wondery.
Kids, listen to your mother.
Mom!
Welcome to Between Us Moms with Katie Crafts-Morg and Hallie Stevens-Drake.
Happy Bump Day, mamas. Thank you for being here. As always, 30 minutes with you is the peak of our week. And Katie, hit us with your Cliff Notes.
Okay, I just want to wish everyone out there who is listening and a mama of any kind a happy, belated Mother's Day. I'm going to run down my Mother's Day. It was actually, I loved it. I loved it. I know we really got into it last episode about whether or not we want to be celebrated or if our moms should be celebrated, and I did both.
Great.
It was so nice, and I got to see Jason's mom the Saturday before Mother's Day. On actual Mother's Day, we went out to brunch with our girls, and they did so good. Emma is fully embracing and enjoying the high chair life and feeding herself, and it's like a joy to be at a restaurant with them. So I feel like that's a victory. I know we talked about this a couple weeks ago, but yeah, we don't do iPads. I don't even think we own an iPad, but we don't do iPads at restaurants. They were both just very present. The only time we did experience a small meltdown was trying to get a family photo.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't happen.
Yeah, just Kaya was not in the mood. That's fine. And then I went and spent some time with my sister and my mama, and I got my mama flowers. We just had some good talks. We had some adult beverages, some rosé, and a time was had.
Aw.
So I feel like my Cliff Notes are kind of short this week. I guess I could also go into, I had Emma's 9-month pediatrician appointment, and I'm freaking out a little bit because Emma is not yet sitting herself up when she's in a lying down position, and she's definitely not pulling herself up by holding onto furniture. So I'm having a little bit of a freak out, but the pediatrician was so nice, and he was like, don't stress. She came a month early. All babies go at their own times. He's like, if she's still having trouble in 2 months, then maybe we can look into physical therapy, or we can, get a little assistance. But yeah, he was like, don't stress.
Yeah, don't stress. Easier said than done. It's always hard not to stress when it's your little peanut.
Yeah.
But the truth is, if you spend so much time stressing out about these milestones, that's what I did with Dylan. She always was on time, but it was I was so obsessed with looking at milestones that the month that she was supposed to be doing something, the whole time I would be like, oh my God, is she going to do it? Is she going to do it in time? Is she going to do it this month? And she always would. And as you know, I had insane postpartum anxiety, and most of it was triggered by this obsession with milestones, completely unhinged, totally wild, had no need to be concerned. But the lesson I learned from that was that these babies do things in their own time, and you can't compare timelines the way Kaya did things. It's not going to be the way Emma does things, and they all get there.
Yeah. Thank you for saying that. And it is a good reminder. And it's hard when you only have your one child to go off of. And so you remember, oh, well, she was doing this at this age. And that's all you know.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm working hard to just not compare them, to remember they're two totally different babies, and they're going to do things at their own time. And so if you're listening and if you're experiencing this, we're in it together, sister, and babies just go at their own speed. What about you? What's going on with you, mama?
I'll start with Mother's Day since we're on the topic. Yeah. You know how we discussed have a day that's for you and then a day that's for your family? I did that. So Saturday was all about me It was so fun. We also went to a restaurant with the kids. And then the next day on Sunday, we had a day at the zoo with my sister and brother-in-law and nephew, which was great. And then and niece as well, but she's a baby. So the babies were kind of just in their strollers. And then in the afternoon, we had everyone over here and we grilled and just hung out. And it was so nice and chill and low pressure. And, I got to celebrate my mom and sister, which was really great. So I feel like I got the best of both worlds. We may have unlocked the key to not resenting anyone on Mother's Day. So that's nice. The only thing I didn't get to do was celebrate my mother-in-law, but I'm going to see her next weekend. So I'm going to maybe do a belated situation.
Oh, good.
The other thing I wanted to say about Mother's Day was Andrew is a true romantic. This man is just really something special. He is not on social media. The only thing he really does on social media is he has an alarm set every Monday to go and like all of my content, to like all of our podcast content. So if you're ever on our social media and you notice all of a sudden Andrew has liked everything and he's caught up, it's because he goes and he watches everything and he likes it on Monday mornings. So
I love that. That is peak husbanding.
it is. He has
Yeah.
an alarm set. It's on his phone for every Monday. Yeah, he has a slow period in his day, so he uses Monday to like get caught up, but he really isn't on social media, which I love. He's like very present, which I
Yeah.
appreciate. It makes this all the more meaningful. When Dylan was born, he started a secret Instagram account for her and didn't tell me about it. And every single Thursday, he posted a picture from the week with a really cute caption. And then he started it with the intention of giving me that Instagram account, like friending me from her account on Mother's Day. So my very first Mother's Day, I get a friend request from Dylan, and it's like all like 49 photos because it was almost her first birthday. And I mean, lost my mind. It was the cutest thing ever. And I, didn't really think about it with Collins, but the man did it again. And on Mother's Day, I got a friend request from Collins, and it's all these cute pictures and captions, ones I've never seen. And he's so funny. This is how you know the man isn't on social media. He puts a OG Instagram filter on the pictures,
Love that.
like a sepia and like
Yeah.
a Paris.
Like in Nashville.
Yeah, exactly. But it's so sweet and I love it so much. It's just so cute. And I just love that man. And so I wanted to take a minute to say, like, way to go, Andrew. Slay, slay. You're the man of my dreams. That's my Mother's Day. And this brings me to my real concern. This is a genuine game I'm playing with myself called Is It Motherhood or Do I Have Long COVID?
Okay. Let's get into that because
Let's
yes.
let's dive into that because I have a few stories to share. And I would like you to help me just determine, do I have long COVID or is this motherhood or do I have other things I need to be concerned about? The other day, I was home by myself, a rare occurrence, and I needed to know what year it was. Don't remember why I needed to know, but I needed to know the year. And I was like, is it 2026? Wait, is it 2026? Is it 2026? And I was like, I could not get there by myself. I had to open my calendar app to check the year. It is, in fact, 2025. So there's that. That was alarming. Then I was at a social event with a bunch of women, and we're talking about this yoga event that was on May 4th. And I said to this group of women on May 8th, the event was on May 8th, I said, wow, I really want to sign up for that event on May 4th. And they were like, are you good? Because it's May 8th. Hi. And I was like, okay, well, how was it? Fuck. So things like that keep happening to me. And I don't know if it's just I have too many tabs open in my brain, if it's memory loss. Let's talk about that, Katie. Do you have any of that going on?
I love that you're bringing this up because yes, 1,000%. And I actually am of the belief that everyone who has had COVID more than once, I feel like we all have long COVID.
Yeah, probably.
Like I feel like in general, everyone is a little more sluggish, a little more forgetful. And yeah, I don't know, maybe that is just having young babies in the house, but my dad and I were talking about this. He's like, I think COVID really did a number on so many people, and it's like affected our ability to remember the smallest of things, or is it we're all getting older? So my dad is kind of like playing the game, am I getting older or is it long COVID?
Oh,
And
great.
I would love some scientific research or answers. No joke, the other night I went to bed and I was like, God, I'm so exhausted. It must be like 10:30. And I looked at the clock, 8 o'clock. A
Oh,
couple weeks ago, my keys, I put them in the refrigerator.
wow. You see memes of that, but I've never actually done that.
Did that.
Did that. How long were
Yeah,
they missing for? How did you find them?
just a couple hours. And I was like, where are my freaking keys? But
Yeah.
then something else came up. So I let it go. And I just was like doing the song and dance of like, okay, let me look for my keys really fast. Forget about it. Open the fridge, boom, keys.
Wow.
So yeah, I don't know if it's the tabs open in my brain and you only have space for so many things to remember, so many appointments to make for your kids and outfits to buy and snacks to make. I don't know.
Yeah.
And who knows?
Yeah.
What a fun time.
Yeah. Well, PSA, it's 2025, in case anyone else has forgotten.
And it is May
It is May.
2025.
Yeah, May 2025. It is not May 4th. May 4th has passed,
Yeah.
if anyone else needed to know. So that's where I'm at.
I'm sorry you're experiencing that, but also glad that I'm not the only one.
I do think that having phones and having smartphones and the ability to be like constantly doing things is
Yeah.
so distracting. So I'm never like, I feel like I'm always like playing with the kids and then, oh, I have to order formula from Target to go pick up, or playing with the kids and, oh, I gotta, I don't know what, Google something. And so I'm also feel like I'm never like I'm in the middle of one thought, never really finish a thought onto the next thing, or distracted by a baby crying, or like, oh, Dylan needs a snack. So it's like I don't even feel like I'm really imprinting a lot. So I don't know. I'm also curious if like pre-smartphone moms felt this,
Ooh,
you
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
We have our moms coming on the podcast. You've already talked to your mom, but I want to ask my mom when I talk to her if she felt this way.
Yeah. I love that. Speaking of that, I'm so excited for people to hear this episode because I learned so much.
Oh.
Like, I learned what my parents were fighting about when we were kids. I
Mm.
learned about her own childhood traumas. I learned about becoming like empty nesters and like your kids getting older and the things that broke her heart. It was a very fulfilling, enlightening conversation.
Oh my gosh, I love your
Yeah.
mom too. You guys are gonna love Mama Kraus. You made so much sense to me when I met your mom.
Oh,
You know how that happens? Like
yeah.
you meet someone and, but you can't really fully wholly know somebody until you meet their parents, and then you meet their parents and you're like, "Oh, there it is." It all just makes sense. And you're such a version of your mom, and
Oh,
that's the
thank
highest
you.
compliment because she's wonderful. So,
Thank you for saying
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I mean it. Well, I'm excited for you guys to hear that. That'll be next week.
Yeah. And
Mama
then your
Kraus.
mom.
And then my mom. Part two with
Big,
my mom.
yeah, part two.
Cricket
Big
in the
Mother's Day
house.
content.
Oh,
All right,
yeah.
guys. When we come back, Hallie has discovered quite the topic. We're going to get into it.
Type C parenting.
All right. We'll be right back.
At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 350 plus programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
All right, we're back and we're talking about type C parenting, which is going viral on TikTok after a mom of three named Ashley Surratt, I believe is her name, posted a really funny clip to TikTok where she coined this term and explains in a follow-up video what it means. So we're all familiar with type A parenting, right? Or like just being a type A personality. You're a little more uptight, maybe. You're like rigid, structured, organized. Katie and I are both like, yep, yep, yep,
Yep,
check, check,
yep.
check. And then there's type B personality, which is like a little more spontaneous, relaxed, all the things that I wish I was a little more and a little more flexible, I guess. And then type C parents are kind of a marriage of those two. You kind of juggle that intensity of being a type A energy and then like the messiness of just everyday reality. So people are loving it because it kind of takes the pressure off parents to be perfect. It's like we can be the mom that has the perfectly labeled toy room and also makes her kid mac and cheese for dinner or has a pile of laundry on the bed. We can be all the things. We don't have to be perfect all the time. A lot of people are sharing their own type C moments. Katie, is there anything you can think of offhand?
So I am very type A, and actually, you'll hear when my mom talks about this on the podcast and like the thing that she's like noticed about me that she wishes I would work on. I won't reveal it right now, it's for next week, but tell me if this counts. I maintain a family calendar.
Hmm.
And on the calendar, I write out like, all of our appointments, Kaya's dance class, swimming lessons, what we're having for dinner, when Jason's going to be at a work thing, if I'm going to be at my own work thing or have podcast stuff, whatever it is. And it's like very detailed, color coded. Sometimes I draw on there. But then sometimes it totally goes out the window because I'm like, I actually don't feel like making turkey meatballs tonight. We're doing mac and cheese.
Yeah,
Is
that
that, does
counts.
that count?
That counts, but I mean, you're still like doing the most. I've seen the calendar.
I,
Is it the dry erase one that's in your kitchen?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hang on,
I
Andy.
like the art of writing it out. And then I tell Jason, if you have anything this week, please let me know so I can add it to the calendar. And of course, half the time he's like, oh, do you remember I told you about this? And I'm like,
Mm,
no, because I would have written it down so I could put it in the calendar. So no,
yeah.
you did not tell me about that. But okay, wait, what's
Give me
your
another one.
example of being a C parent? Let me think if I can think of a more accurate one then.
So I have a true aversion to clutter. Andrew and I
Me too.
like cannot handle clutter. Our house, we're minimalists. So having children is very triggering because they have a million toys and a million little pieces and they like to mix and match all their pieces and put them in a purse and then carry the purse around. Every single night, I'm reorganizing and putting things back in their correct bins that are all labeled. And then we also have a system where a lot of the toys are put away in the basement in their individual bins. And Dylan can go down every day and pick the toy she wants to play with that day and bring it upstairs. But the only toys that are out in our playroom are like her main toys that she plays with every day, and everything else is downstairs just to keep everything. So it's not all out all over the place. But I'm also the mom who like lets Dylan play with full pigmented child play makeup and like
Yeah.
get it on the walls and
Yeah.
furniture. So,
Yeah.
how about you?
I love a structured family meal. I want us all to be sitting together. It drives me up the wall that Kaya doesn't just sit and eat. We even got like her own little mini table for her to sit at. She always wants to be standing on the chairs. You were here, you saw outside. She likes to stand on the bench. She likes to walk around while she's eating. She doesn't finish her meals and then she wants puffs or she wants snacks or whatever it is. Like 30 minutes later, it drives me crazy. But in the afternoon, when I'm giving Emma her afternoon bottle and I'm about to start prepping for dinner, I let them watch some Miss Rachel. And I have now put a blanket down on our couch and I let her eat her snacks on the couch. The other day, it was like freeze dried strawberries and these, like, I don't know, these melt things that she likes. I put them all in a little bin for her and she emptied the strawberries on the couch. And I was like, thank God I put that blanket there. But I could not bring myself to tell Jason what happened. I just had to like rip the blanket off, throw it in the wash, and be like, oh,
He doesn't need to know.
he doesn't need to know because he gets so mad at the fact that like I do let her have her snack over by the couch area. But it's not fair to be like, you have to sit here while I'm feeding Emma. Like, I just,
Yeah.
I got to pick and choose my battles, but then
Yeah.
yeah, I wonder why she doesn't want to sit always at the table. It's because I'm not strict enough in that regard. So that's
But
my,
you bring up a good point. We're both like no iPad parents, but when I need a break or like I need to just like zen out for a second, I will put on the TV to distract my kids so I don't have to entertain them
yep,
24/7. So
yep.
totally, those are good ones.
And even the fact we use TV is a good one because
Yeah.
it's like
Yes.
yeah, we're no iPads. We don't do screens at restaurants,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
we will
girl.
watch it. We will watch Miss Rachel on a daily basis.
Hmm.
And I'm on the hunt right now for something else for her to watch. If you guys have any ideas, because I think she's getting over Miss Rachel, but Emma very much like loves Miss Rachel. And it's so interesting because when Kaya was Emma's age, I was like, no, 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 no. And now I'm like, yeah, Emma, watch Miss Rachel.
You know
And then
what?
I wonder why she's behind in her skills.
Oh, that has nothing to do with it.
I know, I
You
know.
know, I know, but that's exactly what we do as moms is we blame it on ourselves. It's so
Mm,
true. But I
so
do
true.
love this type C parenting trend because it just gives us permission to like loosen up and to embrace the things that like really truly matter and then let go of the things that don't.
Yeah.
And yeah, like we don't have to have a spotless house. I guess I should say that. Like I used to be the person who like would not ever have a smudge on my windows.
It's
Never.
so true. You
Now I don't
had
care.
the cleanliest, most organized, perfect home.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
always remember walking into your home when you lived here in Los Angeles and being like, dang, this is goals.
Yeah. But now, like, I literally am staring right at fingerprints on a window that have been there for a few days. And you know what? Am I going to wash it away? No, I'm not. Not going to be doing that. But it is truly, it's being a type C mom, which I think I really genuinely am,
Yeah.
is the worst because I am type A, but like just gotta
I
let it loose.
I think I'm pretty type C too, and so I love this term. Although my mom thinks I'm like very type A and but yeah, I think there's times where I'm like I gotta let it go. And I think parenting does that to you.
Yeah.
You learn the more you parent that there's things in life that you have to just wipe your hands and be like, "Oh well, okay."
What's something else you've just let go? Like you've said, like, okay, this is not worth
Mm,
my time or energy.
washing my hair. The
Mm.
way that I leave the house sometimes, it's startling, it's embarrassing,
Yeah.
it's questionable. The other day I had to go and get something like a pepper or something silly. And I was like, Jason was like, okay, but hurry back. And so I didn't really have time to change. I was in like I looked just atrocious. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry to the people that saw me. There was zero makeup on, hair had not been washed, in a bun. It was been so hot here, so it's like kind of sweaty. And I'm sure I was like a little stinky
Mhm.
and the outfit just like wasn't matching. I had on socks with Birkenstocks. Yeah, I
Yeah.
will leave the house looking a zero, looking like a zero.
Yeah.
So everything, honestly, everything that's like pertains to me, I feel like is what I've let go the most though. Because
Yeah.
my kids, I'll always change their outfits and like I'll make sure that they're good and then me, I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm lucky if I put concealer
Dang.
on for the day.
But you know what? Isn't that okay? So same. I mean, personal hygiene has really gone out the window. There are days I really just want to be honest here in this space because it's safe. There are days where I get to the end, like bedtime, and I wonder, did I brush my teeth today?
Oh, so I wonder that every today the answer is no. I
Yeah.
have not yet brushed my teeth. And then I wonder why my dentist is like, I think we need to do some dental work.
Mhm.
Pregnancy messes up your teeth, but I think it's the lack
Motherhood.
of care. Yes, when you're
Motherhood
like,
fucks up your teeth.
yeah.
Yeah. For
Yeah,
real.
I've been trying to like floss more at night to make up for the fact that like, yeah, did I brush my teeth? Is that
Do you want to hear what's so
disgusting? Are we
sad?
gross?
Yeah, I think so. Here's what's so sad. I love a to-do list. It truly brings me great joy to, we've discussed this before. I will write something down on a list just so I can check it off. Like I will write down
Mm.
something I've already done on a to-do list so I can have the pleasure of checking it off. I love it. And my newest to-do list is my hygiene. I have a to-do for my
Oh,
hygiene. It's like scrape your tongue, brush your teeth, Put on some
Do you?
deodorant. Like
Yeah,
it's back to
basic.
basics over here because holy shit.
Have you ever done I think I saw this on TikTok where you buy like the hydrogen peroxide 3%. It's like the oral one, and
Mhm.
you mix it with water to do a rinse. Are
Mm.
you on that TikTok algorithm
No,
yet?
but I've been oil pulling for years.
Yeah, I do love an oil pull.
Mhm.
Thank you, Gwyneth Paltrow. We appreciate that. Look up the hydrogen peroxide one. I've been doing that like once a week, and I do feel like it's helping. You can
Okay.
like feel it foaming, and you're like, do I
Ooh.
have rabies or like what's happening? But you can like
Ooh.
feel it. Yeah.
Interesting. You
Yeah.
really got me. I was with you. I was on the
Oh,
train until you said, "Is it rabies?" And
is it rabies? Is there foam just like dripping down my chin? Okay, it's
yeah.
not that bad. It's just like a little rinse.
Oh,
Yeah. But
yeah.
self-care, oh man. Oh man, oh man.
Oh man, oh man. But that's the epic struggle is like it actually is hilarious that I asked you what are the things you've been letting go of that you find aren't worth it. And it's all the things to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And as you were talking, I was thinking, I don't work out as much as I used to. That's not good either.
I mean, it's hard when there's only 24
So,
hours in a day
yeah.
and you just can't fit it all in. And so, yeah, the thing that we sacrifice the most as moms is ourselves. It's so funny too because I always make sure like every 2 weeks to change my girls' like crib sheets.
Hmm.
And us, like I try, but if I'm like, oh my God, I just don't have time, mine is the one that I put off. But then I started wondering, I was like, how often do I think my own parents changed my sheets as a child?
Probably never.
Probably never.
Yeah.
Like in college, I don't think, like, this is so gross, but like, I think I maybe washed my sheets like twice a semester.
Yeah, girl, please.
Like, is that disgusting? But now I'm like so uptight about making sure that their crib sheets are changed. But
I don't think it matters unless they blow it out or like are
I
drooling a
know,
lot or
I
something.
know. But I don't know why I'm so paranoid about that.
Yeah, I know we spread ourselves thin.
But
But
my own
I'm
sheets,
here for the type C parenting. I'm here
yeah.
to like loosen up and try and figure out what like there are things that like the organizing of the toys, that's good
Mm,
for my mental, but there are things I can like loosen
yeah.
the reins on and like
How,
let my kids just
yeah.
yeah. And I think it's good for them. I think it's good for them to see that like, you can have structure and security. You can be a little wild and free, but
It's
I want to
probably
show them
better
that.
too for them because I've noticed now when Kaya gets food on her hands,
Hmm.
she's like, "Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no." And I'm like, "Oh no, did I instill that in her to be like,
Mhm.
no, oh no?"
Yeah.
Because I don't want her to freak out just because she has some like mushed banana on her finger.
These kids are little mirrors. They're like holding, it's really
Hmm.
very
I know.
enlightening.
It is
They show us a
who
little
we
too
are.
much. Yeah,
I
but
know,
I do like the thought that we can show them balance and teach our kids that. And
for
it's a
sure.
micro way we can do that, I guess. So we're
Yeah.
here for this. Ashley, mama of three on TikTok, who coined the term. We love it. Thanks for giving us permission to not be A or B. We
Yes.
can be
And
C.
we could be see. Come on the podcast. We should have her on.
We should have her on.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. As we always like to say, motherhood is a sisterhood. We hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day. And yeah, the next 2 weeks are fun episodes with our mamas. Get excited to learn a little more about us.
Toodles.